Wait, what? The Rangers got Dorofeyev? What the?
Hold on. Did that really happen?
Yeah. What the? Are you kidding me right now? Holy shit! What did they give up?
Oh, hold on. That's from Jim.
Yeah, no, it is. It's real, Darren Dreger.
Okay. Oh my God, we're getting Dorothy's point. So they got all right. So the Rangers got Dorofeyev, but and I gotta save that one because we got the Vancouver Canucks on the clock right now, and they're likely to draft Caleb Malhotra. Waiting for the shock on this one, but we got the shock right now.
Is 5 going in this trade?
It better not.
Oh, no.
I mean, if 26 goes in this trade, I have no problem with it. But
26, fine. This is what I was cautioning people about. And now here's the other. This is all right. This is one problem I'm having with this, Filk. The Rangers are not that close to get Dorofeyev and go, all right, well, they're going to be a team that compete for the division. They're not. Okay, so again, just to say, I love the player. I still want to know what it's going to cost the Rangers on that contract coming up, because that's the whole thing. And look, that means the Rangers got a 30-goal scorer on their roster.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. And that's a power play goal scorer, too. That's a hell of a goal scorer right there. Emily is saying the 5th pick is not involved.
Okay, that's what matters.
Voided that. Big bullet dodge.
Thank God.
Okay. This is what the funny thing is about some of this, where Phil, I was on it. I'm not as lukewarm on the idea of Robertson just because that money was going to be a lot. And the Rangers already committed a lot. I think Dorofeyev is going to come in cheaper.
I'm not surprised I'm surprised it's Dorofeyev, but I'm not surprised that they made a move. They don't want to go scorched earth. They don't want to go scorched earth.
And they are changing out the pictures in the background all night in those fireside chats. And look, you guys are right. They do have a lot of cap space. I don't know if Dorofeyev gets the $10 million a year, but the thing is, you got Alex Tuck that's making that now. I know they're in cap hell, but you couldn't have gotten a better deal. That's what
37 goals and 64 points from Dorofeyev this year. 35 and 52 the year before. And Dorofeyev was not quiet in the playoffs. He had 12 goals and 16 points in 22 games.
No, he was quiet in the finals, but that's because he was shut down. That first line was shut down. And it was pretty well shut down.
So it's 26, 92, and a conditional 2028 first. Condition on the pick is top 10 protected.
And that's the funny thing about this too, James. I'm okay with this trade now.
Yeah, I'm cool with that too. I'm cool with that too. It's a first round pick 2 years out. If things go wrong, they can always trade off assets and get other first round picks.
Yeah, because by the way, going with him in the finals, he got the goal in game 5. I think that entire line got shut down. I mean, Eichel didn't score. I think Barbashev had 1.5, if you want to include one that was taken away. You got father and son right there, drafted in the top 10. 7th was Manny. Caleb goes 3rd. And I would love to know what the Buffalo Sabres are going to do right here. Talking about a team that's loaded with some talent, and now it's like, where do they go? Anthony in his projection has Viggo Bjork going. And for anybody that's a fan of Ghostbusters 2, for Viggo.
Danny Malhotra in the picture, 1998 Rangers, and it's a Canadiens jersey.
Yeah, I know.
What are they doing? Oh, my God.
That's ESPN for you.
Terrible. Chase Reed's got to be going here. This has got to be Reed.
This is why I talk about the Chris Drury. This is why I was okay with them falling to 5. The reason why is now he can't make a wrong choice. You're either gonna get Carson Karls or Chase Reed. Let's see who it's gonna be. Yeah, Butcher Cross is saying Chase Reed's gonna go. I mean,
I gotta believe it's Reed.
Wow! I'm letting you hear this, Phil.
Whoa!
Okay, so for everybody who look, I love it when the draft knocks the hell out of it.
Holy!
That is a shock. That is a reach. Wow.
Okay, this has got to throw every. The Rangers have to go get Reed. It has to be Chase Reed now. You have
wait, Josh is right on this one. Run to that podium.
You have to take Reed. You cannot pass up on Reed here. You can't. I'm sorry, you can't.
Watch me.
What the fuck?
All right. First things first. I know he's not with the organization anymore, but where's Gordy Clark? He doesn't need to be around. Yeah, and Leo, you're right. This is like the situation, the Perot situation. He just kept falling and falling and falling. J-Tech, yeah. I mean, he better. Chris Drury just went from you're doing nothing, you're a terrible GM to all right, I'm gonna give him an A for this weekend now.
Shut your mouth.
I mean, this is going to be interesting. All right. So I am going to stencil it in. I will officially say that the New York Rangers are now officially on the clock as well.
Wow.
These are those picks that reshape the draft.
If you would have told me Carson Karls or Alberts Smits, I would have said, okay, all right. But Daxon Rudolph at 4?
Oh, my goodness. I would actually love to see – I would have loved to have seen Evan and the boys' reaction.
Oh, my God.
Sorry, Sean. Could be this year's Moritz Seider. Yeah. A guy that you went, oh my God, he went off the board, but there are those guys that think that he could be ready to get there, and help them this year. Yeah, that's going to be a concern, but it doesn't sound like Mike Sullivan's in love with Adam Fox, which I don't get it. Fox just had arguably his best season ever. And as Joe Graves is saying, they got to pick Reed. Drury can't mess this up. Hold my beer. Literally hold my beer. All right. Oh my goodness.
Like I like Rudolph. Don't get me wrong. Like, and I think in terms of puck movers, he's right near the top of this draft. He's got to be a top 3 to 5 puck mover in the draft.
But ticket prices are all over the place. I used to waste hours comparing sites until I discovered SeatGeek. Here's the game changer. They actually rate every ticket so you can see which seats give you the best bang for your buck. I've used it for everything from Rangers games to concerts like Billy Joel and comedy shows like Nate Bargatze. The app shows you the view from your seat before you buy, which is honestly genius. No more guessing if you're stuck behind a pole. Whether it's sports, music, or comedy, SeatGeek covers thousands of events. Stop overpaying for mediocre seats. SeatGeek. Let there be live.
And for your Golden Girls fans, my wife calls him Dorothy Spornak. 72 goals the last 2 seasons for Dorofeyev.
Yeah.
Here we go. The pick is
This has
in.
got to be Reed. You cannot pass this up now.
With the 5th overall selection in the 2026 NHL Draft, the New York Rangers select from Jokerit and Munchen of the Finnish and German leagues, Alberts Smits.
What? What are you thinking?
I mean, I like the player, but I did not expect. I'm sorry, I can't. Over Chase Reed. I like the player, but not over Chase Reed. I'm sorry. I hope I'm proven wrong.
As am I.
Wrong.
As am I. And the reason why, this is why I'm disappointed in this pick. They just got Dorofeyev. Follow me in the thinking, Filk. They got Dorofeyev. You're paying JT Miller $8.5 million, as are Mika Zibanejad, till 2030. Igor Shesterkin is making $11.5 million. This pick was made for Alberts Smits to be a New York Rangers defenseman next season. I am still beside myself on this. Let's get to your comments, guys, because
now deal Vinny Trocheck and trade back into the first round and make up for that.
Yes, make up for it. Maybe you get the late first round pick, number 20 that they had. And maybe that's Jack Hestall. I mean, and I know everybody's
trying to get back into like the middle of the first round with Trocheck, for the Trocheck deal, and then go try to get Wyatt Cullen if Wyatt Cullen falls.
Again, let's get to some of your comments. Yeah, get Maria a microphone. Yeah, because you deserve it.
You don't take the guy that's
you deserve one.
Ready. That's not the issue here. You take the guy with the highest ceiling, with the best chance of being the best player that's available on the board. I don't understand why. I like Schmitz, don't get me wrong. But Reed became available.
You have a guy like Chase Reed fall into your lap, and you just I'm gonna need to do a shot in a second. But you have a guy like Chase Reed. Well, it's for the camera. But you got a guy like Chase Reed fall into your lap.
All right, let's relax. No, he is not Dylan McElrath. He's a.
I actually just had somebody say he's not Dylan McElrath to me just now. But
he's not. There is no comparison between the two of them. McElrath was a straight up goon with no freaking talent. That was a panic pick. They pulled 1995 all over again and went with a guy that could beat up the opposition. Schmitz is a hell of a lot better player than that.
We debated this, if you remember, 2 weeks ago, Phil, that said if it was Reed,
Alexa, play
Rush
by Debbie Harry. Because you might as well right now. Buzz, give me the yayo.
Phil, so
Carson Carls.
There it goes. So Carson Carls went. So why would Reed fall this much right now?
The one thing that Reed does sometimes is he plays a little too much hero hockey and he turns the puck over a bit. And Carson Karls, there is no safer pick out of the defenseman than Carson Karls. Like I think he is a bona fide for sure. Like I think he's a top pairing guy. Like if the Rangers would have taken Karls, I would have been more than okay with that. And I understand that the reason they might have passed on Reed also is handedness, right side. So, I mean,
Like now they care about handedness.
This could be it too. I mean, there could be a red flag. It was like Alexei Sharapanov. I remember that draft so well with Pierre Maguire literally flipping out pick after pick saying, why isn't Sharapanov being taken? Sharapanov should have been taken hours ago. Sharapanov should have been taken 10 picks ago. Yada, yada, yada. And then the Rangers took him, and they had him for about 2 years. Year and change, and then that happened.
I mean, we could talk about guys that fall in the drafts all the time. I mean, hell, look at other sports. You look at Aaron Rodgers and Dan Marino fell at the end of the first round for both of those guys. But, I mean, and again, look, the Rangers very well could get finally a defensive stalwart that you can match up against other teams' top defensemen. Let's say if the Rangers get there, Jacob Slavin, and that's what Smits is. But I mean, I don't know how you pass on. I don't know how you pass on this guy. And then that's where I'm at right now. I'm beyond shocked about this.
Yeah, I don't like the whole Dylan McElrath thing. If anybody ever watched McElrath in the WHL and watched Smits, Smits is big, rangy, and he's a hell of a skater. Absolute, just phenomenal skater. But yeah, I the one thing.
I mean, and now they're talking about like American kids. That would be one reason why.
I'm not trying to talk myself into this pick. I still wanted Reed. I did not think Reed was there. I did not think Reed would be there. But I do love the player, and Smits and Karls were the two guys that I wanted at that pick under the pretense that Reed wasn't going to be there. That's what I was operating under for a long time. I've said this, and I've said this on our streams over the past few weeks. I think Smits can have a similar developmental curve to Moritz Seider. I see a lot of it. He's big. He's rangy. He's got a mean streak to him. He can move the puck. He can skate very well for a guy his size. He needs to learn how to get shots on net better. And he needs to hit the net a hell of a lot more. Those are two things that are going to hold him back from being an offensive force at the next level. But he's got very good hands. He's got a great shot, like powerful, heavy, quick release. He just needs to get the puck on net and do it with consistency.
All right, Phil, here, Chase Reed goes to the Kraken.
Yeah. You have to. You have to. No, there's no way they would have thought that. No way. No one could have seen it. No one thought he was going to be available at 5.
Right. and the Rangers passed on him. I'm telling you, they did that so he could be on the team next year.
I wonder what the hell caused him to fall. How could – all right. So outside of the top three, I'm not going to blame anyone in the top three for not taking him. But what caused Buffalo, the Rangers, and I don't know if I blame Calgary for passing over him, just because Carl's is right in their backyard. So
Yeah,
they have a very good look at him. I mean, Smits does fall right in line with what Drury was saying about wanting to get tough.
I mean, I just think you know what? And it's one of those. I hope I'm wrong. And I think that's what the angle on this is, Phil. And it's so. I know I've already said this a couple times, and I know everybody wants me to say something different, but I think it's just you got blinders on, and the Rangers aren't that close. Go ahead, guys, prove me wrong next year. But this really took the wind out of my sails. So